Let's check out Basri Ket Oathbreaker and see what kind of signature spell might pair best with him. For 3 mana, he starts at 3 loyalty. +1, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. It gains indestructible until end of turn. -2, whenever 1 or more non-token creatures attack this turn, create that many 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. -6, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a 1/1 white soldier creature token, then put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Now, I want to point out something about the -2. It only triggers for non-token creatures. When I was researching for this video, I saw that a ton of people were using a signature spell that creates creature tokens. And that could be fine if that's what you want to do, but not being able to trigger the -2, it's a big drawback to me. We could pick a signature spell that deals with +1/+1 counters, because Basri is already interested in +1/+1 counters. Basri's Solidarity puts a +1/+1 on each creature you control, and is super thematic. Unbounded Potential and Wanderer's Strike both proliferate up the counters you're putting on stuff, and as a bonus, it proliferates up Basri. Invoke Justice returns target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield, then distribute 4 +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and or vehicles target player controls. And Unbreakable Foundation, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn, and if you cast it during your main phase, put a +1/+1 counter on each of those creatures and they gain Vigilance until end of turn. Our creatures having Vigilance and Indestructible can be really powerful on the turn that we activate the -2. Now we don't have to worry about those creatures dying in combat, and they can still block next turn, we're not wide open. Some similar options are Flawless Maneuver, which gives creatures you control indestructible till end of turn and can be cast for free, and Civi's Ruse, which prevents all damage that would be dealt this turn to creatures you control, and it can be cast for free if an opponent controls a mountain and you control plains. I don't know how often that would be. I would say at least 60% of the games, maybe? Do keep in mind that these are free the first time you cast them. Following times you will have to pay the commander tax. We've also got For the Emperor, which gives creatures you control +2/+2 Vigilance and Lifelink until end of turn. And my favorite, Akroma's Will, creatures you control gain Flying, Vigilance, Double Strike, Lifelink, Indestructible, and Protection from all colors until end of turn. Brave the Elements for only a single white. Choose a color. Creatures you control gain protection from the chosen color till end of turn. I like that this is very recastable at only 1 mana. It can get through damage and it can protect your creatures. Mass Calcify destroys all non-white creatures, pretty good in a mono-white deck. The 7 mana cost, not so great, but it's still worth considering in a creature-heavy build, which Basri would definitely be. Then we've got the 2 most popular choices in all the Basri deck lists that I looked at. Patch Up returns up to 3 target creature cards with total mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And Kayla's Reconstruction for X white. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put up to X artifact and or creature cards with mana value 3 or less from among them onto the battlefield. I like that if you build your deck in a very specific way with lots and lots of low mana value creatures, you could get a ton of value out of this. And if you got any value out of this video, please hit that like button. That helps me out a ton. I've got a bunch more of these Oathbreaker ideas videos, so if you like this one, you might like any of these other 3. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.